I don't know. Do I have to take all of societal views and people with me?
Hmm.
What's going on this planet?
It would be like a micro scale of everything that's
Oh,
going on, I
micro
guess.
scale of everything. Well, I
So
mean,
you'll
that's
have a new
when.
set of problems that will.
Yeah, but that's when humans in a society actually like function. The most ideal is in smaller groups,
Hmm.
tribes, towns,
Okay,
shit like
so
that. Same thing with countries. That's why smaller countries like Sweden are so much better off. It's because it's a lot easier to manage a smaller population than it is a larger population. So yeah, send me to this fucking planet. Let's go.
yeah, you want to reverse geoengineer this entire planet, and
Well, you didn't say that. You said I could just go there.
well, I'm okay.
I'm not
So
going to terraform the planet. I'm not an engineer. I'm just going
exactly,
to live there, man. I'm just a populist.
I
I'm
didn't
here
say.
because I have sperm and I'm in good working health, okay?
Yeah, I didn't say it was like civilized yet. I was just saying like right now, if you were,
So it's like the
be,
100, like
you
we're
said
just shooting somebody down to the planet and like see if they live.
sure it could be more stable than that. I mean, you also said you wanted a small colony of people, so maybe if you work together in a smaller group that already been
Oh no, I just
established.
said that like they already like humans just work better in smaller
Yeah, I know.
groups.
That's
If
what
I'm there alone, then I'm fucked.
I'm
Like,
saying. Wouldn't you prefer that situation though? If you were in like a, they've been there for a while and they're starting to get, but they haven't terraformed the planet. No.
well then we're living in domes. That sounds terrible.
Yes. Okay.
You're not sending me to Mars, Buddha.
Okay. That's all I wanted to hear. Come on, like,
You're not sending me to Mars. Fuck that.
thank
I'm not
you.
living in a dome. If I can go pick an apple off a tree, you got a deal. The tree has to be outside and in the
My
sun.
my argument has always been we can't even take care of the planet that has all this fucking perfect odds to it. And we're gonna go try and take one that is way worse off than us
Inhospitable.
and take care of it.
Well, we gotta change it first and then take
No,
care of it.
that's what I'm saying. Change it is okay. We're trying to do that here, but then to go to a different planet and I mean the idea of it's great. I think
Yeah, but you gotta start from nothing
in
on that
concept
planet.
that's great, but because their whole thing is we're gonna have nothing on this one.
Eventually.
So we need to be exploring and trying to conquer different
Yeah, in theory,
planets.
yeah. But I mean, like, this is the cusp of that age. Let's fast forward 1,000 years. We very well might be living on Mars. Who knows, man?
Yeah, I think eventually
Like, just look at where we've come in the past 100 years.
I don't even know if we'll have too much human left to us.
We went from no electricity to this.
Yeah, man.
We went from horse-drawn carriages and dusty walls.
Well, I think things are something infected us, bro. I don't
Something
know.
infected us.
Yeah, as in, okay, I could be as corny as saying the aliens came down and said like fucking.
I mean, we were doing pretty good for a while, man. Like, when did we start melting rocks and making armor and shit? And then, like, coordinating people into like forces and like that goes way back.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, aliens might have given it to us.
The technology and the industrial revolution has just. It almost looks inhuman
But
if you can compare it to
that
the
goes back to
whole
like before
scope of
though of
time.
humans just being curious. We started digging and finding different shit. Like the same way we started melting rocks, coal started burning. So it turns out it gets really fucking hot. You can melt almost anything with it.
The time span, though, of our increased amount of knowledge and the ability to create.
Yeah, but okay, but I would argue it's because of our ability to transfer the knowledge from one being to another almost instantaneously.
Yeah, but this
I would say that's what's making it easier for us to progress forward in this.
So you think that
I don't know.
the sheer amount of populace that we
Or the
have?
sheer amount of populace and information that we have, and not only have, but have access to it. Everybody has access to it.
Well, especially now, I would agree with that. But
Like,
I'm
there
just
could be, like,
saying, like
some,
100
like,
years ago.
prodigy in, like, the middle of nowhere reads this
Yeah.
thing on the internet, answers an equation, and he's, like, solved some Nobel Prize winning, you know what I mean? Like, it's easier to find these people that know these things or can figure it out now.
Well, it makes sense nowadays. But I was just I look at 1800s, the 1900s. Even that was a big fucking
Yeah, but
leap. You
what
know?
about like the invention of the phone? I would say is probably like World War II is what set that shit off. Then
Hmm.
the invention of being able to talk to somebody on a different continent.
So I think the 1900s, once we got introduced to technology, I would.
Well, yeah, because it has limitless capabilities, and we are still testing those limitless capabilities.
So yeah,
When I can shoot laser beams out of a gun, then I'll be happy. Can already shoot laser beams out of a gun, they just don't do anything.
I mean,
Start some fires.
yeah, we do it from the sky.
Shoot drones out of the air with lasers.
So you're not living on Mars in this lifetime.
Probably not. I don't know if anybody will. My lifetime, anyway. Depends on what you mean by this lifetime. You're implying that there's another lifetime after this by saying
You
that.
are lifetime. There is no time. Yeah, no, I don't think that's a cool.
You don't believe in
concept.
reincarnation, Buddha? Come on, what do you mean,
Oh,
Buddha?
that we've been here before.
I thought Buddhism was the reincarnation thing, right?
Oh, it is. Oh yeah. You can back in a different form. I like to think of the possibility of, based on what you did in your past life, reflects on what you're going to do in your next life. So maybe you could move up and down. Maybe you get sent back to this.
What's the top?
The top is unknown because we're trapped in this dimension here to learn and experience.
We're clearly not the top, right?
Clearly not. No.
Clearly not the top.
We believe, in my opinion, that we are the greatest.
On top of the food chain, sure, but I wouldn't even argue that. We're like tied with some stuff.
We're not.
We're apex predators, yes.
I'm thinking beyond what this whole 3D reality, this whole fucking thing that we're playing, we're doing, we're living and experiencing. I think there's something better, not even better, but just grander than this that doesn't use words. You know, it might have something to do with
probably
consciousness.
wouldn't use words. You'd need a vocal cords and this whole complex fucking structure to
No, I
do
just
that.
think that there's a higher dimension. Now we're gonna get real into it. So, like, there's a part of you right now that has probably not, doesn't have to have been in this situation or been on Earth before, but there's something inside of you that's greater and grander than what you are right now.
Okay.
And
Sorry for it, then it's trapped.
so you are here as a vessel to unlock new parts of you, if you want to think about it like that. Like,
Can I upgrade my vessel?
you can once you learn your lessons in this lifetime.
Nice.
And then once you have gone through this life and have expanded your mind beyond the mind and realize you are something more, and it's an endless journey, but you have to do.
So if I like commit suicide, do I just like go down a few notches? What's going on with that then?
I think if you have
What is
the
Buddhism's view on?
the intentions, I don't think that's right if you go and do that, but
So you're not condoning the behavior, but
of course not. But at the same time, I can understand where someone feels like they don't have, they are greater than this, and it's almost egotistical. So I think you're kind of losing the plot just to. But at the same time,
it's more like a means to an end, not really. I hope
was
something is better than this. It's I want to put an end to this.
there was a monk who was doing a protest, and he sat in the middle of a street and set
And
himself
lit himself on fire. Yes,
Right.
the Dalai Lama.
Right. So obviously, that's in the Buddhism history, but
It's like a moral objectification. That like, is that any better because it was morally correct, or you made a point? Does that make it any better?
he was probably beyond the ego of his physical body and wanted to just see some sort of change and impact.
Or he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Not a very good monk. No.
Pretty good monkey. Sat there the whole time, didn't make a noise.
Yeah, okay. Well, the people screaming around him were.
Yeah. that's their thing. He was a good monk.
No, but for sure, I think that,
You think somebody would have tried to put him out? That's what I always thought.
nah.
If I saw a man light himself on fire, I'd probably try and put my jacket around him and try and put him out.
No, we have to, I mean, back then they took a fucking picture of him.
But yeah, well, I mean, it's also in a different area of the world, so.
Well, just think what we do now. TikTok, baby.
Yeah. That's why I see no good in the world anymore. Because that's what people would do.
Hmm? You could quit your job to watch someone burn alive. Or getting famous on TikTok. Not fucking really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Social media is not fucking us up at all.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast working, too. I wonder, was social media implemented for that reason, perhaps?
For control?
Like a means of controlling? That's fucking crazy. Crazy to think that. Hogwash, I say. And go back to your 9 to 5. Say yes, dear.
Hang on, man. I can't listen to you right now. I'm scrolling through TikTok. It's a bad time, man. You just gotta fucking ignore all the content that you get. Is just, I mean,
Doctored.
yeah, but myself included. I just feel like I'm trying to step away from all the social media shit.
I don't have I don't fucking look at anything. I do not watch videos, sir. I do not go to YouTube. I do not scroll through this elusive TikTok.
Oh, you're just being a boomer. I mean a bummer.
Good, I hope I am.
I hope I am.
Fucking as far as generation goes, I'd much rather be called that.
No, dude. Not a boomer. You can be called.
Bullshit is what I am, whatever that generation is.
Yeah.
And there is a generation of us. I know, because all the people my age are all the same amount of fed up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on like the cusp of the generation. It's just like.
Yeah, find somebody 5 years older than you and just see how salty they are. That's the salt of the earth right there.
I'm fucking salty myself. That's why.
Yeah, exactly, man. Give it 5 years and see. Tell me how salty you are. That's why I have such a sunny disposition all the time towards every topic.
I lost faith in things.
Humanity a long time ago.
A long time, a couple years
long
back.
time ago. That ship sailed with the Titanic and sank with it as well.
Nah, I just watched The Ship of Fools.
Ship of Fools, that's a game that I played. You play as little fish people and fight monsters.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
You just watch them pass by you. You don't sail along with.
Okay, well, you got fucking 25 minutes out of me, so now I'm going to bed. Because it's almost 4.
You don't have any last words?
I don't know. Does fuck society count? Does that the last word?
Yeah.
Or how about change? That's my last word. Change is needed.
That was an Obama statement. You can do better.
Is it? Well, change is needed. Then I agree with the man. What's wrong with Obama? He's like the best president you guys have had in a long time. Wouldn't you like Obama now?
Obama's been the president for 12 years.
Yeah. And wouldn't you like him now? You also, like, have you seen the pictures of him progressing throughout his candidacy and the life slowly drain from that man's face?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's one of many. He's one of many.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can watch the presidency just kill him on the inside a little bit every year.
If he had a soul, what little was left?
Yeah, what little is left is retired now, and he doesn't want to deal with people.
All right. When's the next war? Say it in one sentence.
one sentence now. Religions around the world.
My thought process behind this is like, if these people have been worshiping these evil prophets, right? We got Enoch, you have fucking, what's the other one? Baphomet, whatever that guy's name.
Basalt.
If they have been worshiping these guys, what's the word I'm looking for? Succession for over 100 years, right?
Yeah, you ever heard
Not
of
that long.
Hitler?
For a very long time.
That's not that long. 100 years is nothing, really. That's one generation.
Probably way longer than that. I don't know what I'm talking
Since
about.
the beginning of human history that we could have like a developed society.
Thought that came
Yeah, we've been worshiping something. And if you want to talk about something like that, look at all the like connections around the world. Like, had no contact with each other hundreds of thousands of years in different times, and they are like depicting the same thing in pictures and shit like that, and statues all look the same. Fucking weird, man. Aliens.
My thing is that if these people have been worshiping this stuff like hardcore for so long, there has to be some.
Okay, so let's say in a couple hundred years, the cult of the flying spaghetti monster has been worshipped for so long. Does that now make it true because it's been worshipped for that long? Just because a lot of people do it for a long period of time doesn't make it right or correct.
No, y'all didn't let me finish.
No, okay, get to your point. I think you're trying to expand on that a little bit more.
I'm not gonna say some of that stuff has worked, but you see a lot of. I don't know. It was just a thought because I mean, like people worship these prophets a lot. It's like we worship our God.
Oh, yeah, but the prophets have always been different. They've been changing throughout the years.
But just an idea. What has been happening to cause them to believe that they exist, or that I mean, like if you're going into some dark temple in the middle of the night 3 times a year and like killing a baby or some shit or sacrificing.
Okay, so if you had no contact with the outside world and that was how you were raised, that's all you knew, everybody before you did the same thing, why would you question it and not just go along with society and do the same thing that they were doing?
That's a very easy logical explanation to it. I feel like there might be more. Like, what if they're actually experiencing something?
I'm sure there was a few people like, hey, it's a bad idea, but then they get shot or they get their head cut off.
They're experiencing something that's causing them to believe.
Okay.
What if
show me proof of this experience then?
This is just, like I said, this is just a thought. Because I mean,
I'm just rebuttaling. I'm not trying to argue with you.
I mean, even then, the thought process is like, all right, well, let's compare it to God. People have been worshiping God for hundreds and hundreds of years, but
yeah, sure, a few thousand. I think 3,000 years, which in the long term of like humans is like a speck. Like,
hasn't been any.
What about all the previous humans before that? Just fuck them. Where do they go? Do they go straight to hell? Like, what's going on with that? I want to know about all them.
Started questioning things. We now need to have a reason to hold on to something, and it's in our human DNA now to gravitate towards questioning beyond the knowledge that we've already grasped and wonder what can we rely on in our faith, and it can.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing of faith.
I mean,
though.
all
Like,
this
that's
stuff is just like is exactly what you say. It's faith. It's just like you're believing in something that you can't.
Because you want to believe in it. It's 100% up to you.
But the question is why though.
Because you choose that.
Because
you want something.
I could put that simply because we as humans are always looking to cling to something. We need to be a part of a group, and yes, there are the outcasts, but we need to feel like we're a part of something, and we hate not knowing. It's very hard for humans to accept
to not know.
know, because that's what built us and got us this far.
We don't like not knowing things.
So we'll come up with shit in order to fulfill that. We'll fill in the holes. So it's in our nature to want to have an answer. And if we don't, we can come up with the most radical ideas and
theories.
Fucking believe in it.
You know, sacrifice things to you know what I'm saying? Like, people go hardcore. Like, think about, I'm not gonna say Freemasonry as a whole.
Freemasons are watching.
Like, I don't know. It was just a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Corruption is read very deep. Yeah, it has been since the dawn of time.
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of built into humanity, unfortunately.
There's really, if that's the case, then there really is no proof that demons exist that I've seen. There's no proof that God exists.
Demons?
I don't know, there's some weird shit going on with the cross and some spooky shit. We've witnessed some weird, unexplainable things. I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm just saying there's some weird shit going on.
Here's Christians' thing, right? The best thing I've heard from them is that there's unexplainable symmetry within the universe, within human nature, within our planet, within mathematics.
Because there has to be.
Unexplainable.
That's the only way it makes sense to us.
When I say
no, well, yeah, because
like
explained with physics and energy can't be created or destroyed, only transferred.
And think about gravity, right?
Yeah,
Very,
okay.
it's a very basic point, but gravity is literally, and there's a lot of things. If it's a mathematical equation, I'm not. My
Sure,
brain's
like
hard.
gravity, yeah, but I
My
mean, like, there's
brain
also
is.
artificial gravity, which is created in a different way. It's the
Yeah,
same
we're
force
not.
being applied on the human body, just from a different source, in a
You're not
different way.
hearing me out. It's like it's stuff that lines up. I can't believe I can't figure out the mathematical equation right now.
I could tell you right now. You could tell me that, and I really doesn't really matter. The mathematical equation. That's just our perception and what needs to make sense.
What do you mean, Buddha? Why don't you know calculus?
Yeah, because I never.
It's
I would need to give a
probably not even calculus. I don't know what I'm talking about either.
calculus. I was
Well,
like, I
you just
never
said
want to
something
be
math,
in a
okay?
calculus. Yeah, and that was my worst subject. And
Can I say something else?
Calculus is
Rhombus.
calculator simulator.
rhombus, don't. That's a tricky word, dude.
Same closed tan.
I don't see why not.
It all goes back to that symmetry.
Yeah, but to like think that we're the only life form in the universe is like the odds are so stacked against you that it's illogical to think otherwise.
I mean,
How many planets?
I
How
think
many stars? Each star you see is its own star with orbiting planets, and they have their own moons. Like, it's just so illogical.
Exactly the opposite. Simply because they've done the mathematics behind the equation of even how we came about. We are extremely lucky.
We don't know how we came
In fact,
about, for one thing, and evolution is a whole other
finish?
concept.
Let me finish. The possible
Earth is the only place
ratio
on.
of us even coming
in
into
anywhere
existence.
that has
The ratio
life.
of us- Finish. The
I'm asking you a
possibility
question.
of us even coming into existence is
Yeah, not very good.
trillionth.
Yeah,
Trillionth,
okay, but that's the
trillionth.
thing. There's trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of planets, so eventually it would happen again. And if the
Yeah, I
universe
didn't
is forever
say-
expanding, then it's only getting larger.
I said the possibility of aliens is very low. The reason I said that is because, like I said, we just got extremely lucky. And on top of that, from the foreseeable universe that we do have so far,
The very small
we've
speck of the
examined-
universe that we can observe, yes, sure, we don't see any sign of immediate life.
We've examined a lot, and you're right. We've also examined a little, but in that little bit that we've examined, we've taken a lot of information. About, I want to say,
There's only so much you can see.
but we haven't seen anything. You know what I'm saying? Think about
Yeah,
it.
we've seen lots of shit. What do you mean we haven't seen anything? Okay, there's, I think it's Pluto. No, not Pluto. Fucking Jupiter. There's a moon that's orbiting Jupiter. It's made out of ice. It expands and contracts. Okay, sure, man. Finish your fucking thing.
Even if we rolled the dice that got us to where we are now.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna hit the same fucking thing.
You're right.
That's how odds work.
You don't never let me finish. Man.
Yeah, all right.
Now
Hey,
let me
Moon,
speak.
just for the sake of this,
No,
I'm gonna.
You're pissing me off. Like,
I know. No, I'm gonna let you not get so. Keep it to yourself, and I'm gonna let him speak.
it's ridiculous.
And I'm gonna tell him, nah.
Go ahead, finish. I'll shut up.
We would have seen ruins or something in the universe at this point.
Hmm.
Like even if there's something that came before, you're right.
How are we gonna
we're
see
only
those
accounting
ruins?
for a very small speck of
We can't even see the
of
surface past the
universe.
Mars, man. How are we gonna see ruins?
Yeah, so there would be some type of evidence or footprint.
Yeah, but we can't go there or see there or observe that. So there might be evidence, sure. There's not in our like 8 planets, sure. There's nothing orbiting around our sun and our Earth that we have found thus far. Okay, well, there's a moon orbiting Jupiter. It expands and contracts as it goes around because of gravitational pull of the sun, and at the north and south pole are geysers that release methane and carbon dioxide and all the byproducts of life. And the inside is theorized to be a liquid of, well, ice. It's an ice core with a liquid center. Theorized, yeah. We can't go to the moon of Jupiter. That proves my point earlier. It's like there's no way to say that there are no ruins when we have never been there. We can kind of see some shit sometimes.
I mean, we went to the moon. I mean,
Yeah, man, we haven't even been to the fucking moon yet.
all right. Kid feels like he has been dismantled, and Moon won't let him finish because Kid is pissing him off. We'll be right back.
I didn't necessarily. Well,
Listen.
sure.
All right, we're going to this one, okay?
It take too long to get to the point.
Well, this is good though. I like a little kid. You all right, buddy? That is gonna be.
Good.
Oh, you're good. Okay. All right. Well, I would like to ask, when is society's collapse gonna be? Good estimate, and how would that happen?
It's happening right now, and give it 10 years.
You mean society as a whole, or are we talking just the U.S.?
It just depends. I'm not in the U.S. now, am I?
You
I'd
are.
say like North America isn't collapse.
Yeah,
No,
it has
not.
a-
We haven't been annexed yet.
It says America in the name, so.
It says North America is the continent. Canada doesn't say America in it anywhere, as far as I'm concerned.
You guys are good. Don't worry. You guys just got a little weird during COVID, but we got
They
even weirder.
fucking a lot of people got weird, man.
Anyhow,
I just had to work more. That was my thing. It was awesome. I just had to work with less people and do more work. Fucking great.
but you don't think it's gonna be next couple
Chemical
100 years?
warfare?
Yeah, like what would be the likely scenario?
Oh, probably some sort of extinction event, or maybe not extinction, but I don't know, culling, I guess, if you want to call it that. Gonna be a lot of people are gonna die, I would assume, as every world war has proven. A lot of people die, believe it or not. Who the fuck knows? There's no way to expunge the human race off this planet. We're too, I don't know, mischievous, schemy. There's gonna be one mountain man and his like fucking goats that just refuse to die.
I don't know. You ever think about the fact that if something happened, like a solar event, and then it took out,
Oh yeah, sure, like a global
Power.
extinction event. If
yeah,
oh, yeah, that would kill a lot of people. Is that gonna kill everybody? Hell no, man.
what if we start killing each other? War. after that with
There's gonna be
whatever?
somebody left at the end, you know, unless they decide to commit suicide after all of it.
Hmm. But then we have the whole theory of global warming being our greatest concern, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's our greatest
cli-
concern. I would
climate
argue
change.
that it's a natural process of the Earth where you might be speeding it up, sure, but technically we're still in an ice age because there's ice on the polar caps, so
Yeah.
probably gonna melt and then
unfortunately,
freeze again, and then melt and then freeze again. I don't know. It's almost like that's happened a few times.
It's almost like that's been like the.
It's almost like that's fucking been kind of a thing
you,
or something.
You just sum that
All
up.
these glaciers and shit. Like, what the fuck's up with
It's the
that?
exact same way I would sum it up. I mean, the idea that just we are speeding.
Yeah,
up
sure.
with our pollution
We're fucking
and
shit
all
up.
this.
Yeah, but it's. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing.
It is bad because.
No, it's just inconvenient for humans, and we have a way of liking to control our environment. That's why we've lasted so long.
And I think we're controlling it so much, and there's part of us that does realize that this is a finite amount of resources this Earth is providing, and we just want to make as much fucking money.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. That's commercialism. So
Hmm.
we have
But-
other things to blame for that issue.
But I'm just saying we can use
There's lots of sustainable energy we could be using.
it's not progressed enough in my opinion to where it is
The world should just-
quote unquote sustainable. I'm glad we're
It should
moving
just run
in
on
that direction.
biodiesel. Yeah, it's
But-
not yet, but it could be though.
Could be, but you know what we're doing is telling
Breed.
people that if you aren't on our newest electric vehicle, you're not doing something good for the earth. And
Yeah, even though lithium mines destroy
Destroy-
much. I don't even want to go into that. That just pisses me off
like
even
what I'm
more.
saying, like
Only
fucking,
that you have to be like an upper class citizen to even afford one of these fucking. Oh man, the list goes on.
the government's not really there for you. Damn it.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's
yours,
crazy.
yours, and us, U.S.
I'm even allowed to say this right now. Give it 20 years, I might not be able to.
No, you won't be able to. Hopefully, man. You know they need to take away all freedom.
Yeah, freedom of speech is fucked. It should be taken away. Those are for your thoughts.
I mean,
Keep it to your
look at China. I mean, they're doing a good job of that.
thoughts. Doing a good job at something.
Hmm.
I've
No,
played
I-
civilization. I know what's going on.
I mean, this podcast can get 2 views, and they can motherfucking come over here. If I was a Chinese man,
Yeah, sure. Which Chinese man are we picking? Are we picking like lower downtrodden societal, like us in China, or are we going
Eventually.
like upper class businessman?
once they find
sure he
out
likes
that
it.
I'm not vaccinated, they coming for my ass, dude. This
What are they
man's-
gonna do? They don't want to get even close to you.
No one knows who the fuck I am, so they'll just kill.
Somebody knows who you are. I mean, I guess not if you go there. I wouldn't recommend going to China.
Oh, it's a beautiful.
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
yeah, sure. I'm good.
Just go somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
I go to Japan. How about that?
Sure, go to Japan. Better. It's kind of fucked up now, but
Italy
Japan in the 80s, that would have been a sight to see.
in the 80s. Why the 80s?
I used to look it up. It's when they did all like the weird, cool shit, and now it's just like real weird, not as cool.
Oh, we bombed them. I forgot about that.
Well, you know.
Sorry, I meant we, but we is it though? I did.
We as in the Allied forces bombed Hiroshima and
did
Nagasaki.
a
Yes,
favor,
that did happen. Yeah. Did I have a say in it? No, I did not.
Yeah, well,
Would I have done differently though? That's a question. Would you have done it differently?
I was.
But you don't know the outcome. You don't know the outcome. You're like a military tactician, and it's like, do you want to use our new military asset? Yes or no?
I think that gave us a good glimpse as to like the devastation that can be caused, and
No, we already knew what the fuck was going on. There had been plenty of testing. We knew how devastating it was. That was just a glimpse of how the rest of the world is going to react.
no, I'm not saying, but the rest of the world's reaction is what I'm getting at. That's what.
Yeah, that's the
you can
only
make
thing.
a
That was the
global
test.
impact. Like
Well, yeah,
so.
it did make a global impact so much that it started another war.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, the Cold War's great.
Yeah, it was cold because, I mean, there's a reason it was a cold world.
Yeah, well, I mean, thankfully nothing really happened, right?
Oh, yeah, lots happened. We almost died to Russia. JFK saved the day.
Or that's what you were told.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was told.
What were the Russians told?
The Russians were told that,
We don't know what the Russians were told.
exactly.
Exactly.
We have a mutual agreement for education.
We had a mutual agreement to not blow each other up. It's called mutually assured destruction.
But it
Turns
comes-
out I don't want to die just as much as you don't want to die.
but we do have to like learn a bit about China, and we have to learn a bit about Russia, and paint them in a somewhat bright light. And at least we have a trade-off with them. So you teach this about us, and
Yeah,
we'll leave out
global
this
economics.
about you. And
Yeah, but like nobody says they actually have to do that. Hence the like corruption.
right.
Like I could tell you I'm doing something and just not do it as long as you never find out. I'll give you my 5 students that I did teach it to you, and you can ask them all the questions you want.
Well, yeah, I mean North Korea does a
Misdirection
good
is-
job.
Misdirection.